The only problem is he doesn't have a tail. Like, I didn't even see the fact that he didn't have a tail. The poor thing's like stubby cat. My family calls it my superpower. It's my ability to see value in things that other people might overlook. Sometimes I go picking with my boyfriend, sometimes it's my best friend Sue, and sometimes it's my kids. But at the end of the day, it's all about having fun and hopefully just maybe making a profit. Okay, out on the table here in front of me, I have everything that we purchased in yesterday's shopping video with Sue. I was not expecting to find a whole lot because we got kind of a late start. We didn't get there until like 4 o'clock. And normally when we go thrifting, it's right after lunchtime. I expected the thrift shop to be absolutely picked clean, but as you can see, we got quite a few things. So right now we're gonna go over everything that we bought, what we paid for it, and how much I expect to get for it in my Etsy shop. So we're going to start right out front here where you guys can't see. One of the things that I picked up at the very first thrift shop were these little glasses. Now they are silver fade. I do not believe they are Dorothy Thorpe, but a lot of the times when you come across glasses like this with this silver band or silver fade, they are Dorothy Thorpe. I believe these are sherry glasses, though I don't drink liquor, so I probably wouldn't know. These glasses, I paid $2 for 4 of them, and I would expect to get $18 to $20 for the 4 of them. They're in good condition. Now, a lot of the times you need to be careful when you are buying this silver fade or silver band, because the silver, if there's tape on it and you peel off the tape, sometimes it'll take the silver off with it. If they go through the dishwasher, it'll wear off the silver. So you want to look at them closely before you make a buying decision, because that will affect your value and you won't be able to make as much as you thought you would be able to make. So make sure you're looking closely when you're buying these. Moving along. Now, I also got this crackle glass pitcher. You guys know I'm a sucker for glassware, and this was the case here. I saw it, I had to have it. It's glass, it's crackle glass. I'm not going to be making a ton of money on this piece, to be honest. I paid $4 for it. Probably should have left it there. It is hand blown at Jamestown, Virginia. Now, this piece would probably sell for $10 to $15, but it is a beautiful olive green. It is crackle glass. It is a nice piece, but there's not much profit there. I think if I had my phone out and I was doing my research there at the shop, I probably would have seen that and decided not to buy it. But I wasn't doing research on the fly. I was just grabbing stuff I liked, which I normally do. And so I grabbed that and it came home with me. And now I'm going to be making a couple dollars on it. Another thing I picked up there at the thrift shop was this carved folk art cat. And I believe that I had these rose colored glasses on because I saw this cat and I thought, oh, you guys can't even see the cat because of the shade. I saw this cat and I'm like, this is the cutest cat in the whole world. I have to have this cat. And I couldn't believe that they only had it marked for $1. I mean, look at him. He's adorable, right? The only problem is he doesn't have a tail. Like, I didn't even see the fact that he didn't have a tail. The poor thing's like stubby cat. No tail at all. And I'm thinking to myself, like, how am I going to salvage this situation? Because now I have this stubby cat and he doesn't have a tail. And I'm thinking, you know, I could maybe pick up some like colorful, beautiful yarn and use a thumbtack and like stick it into his tail stub and give him a beautiful, colorful tail of yarn. You know, that would be perfect. But no, I think I'm going to sell him as is, as stubby cat. I paid $1 for him. He is a wall hanging, so technically he would hang. It's possible, you know, that his tail was a hook and maybe they put something too heavy on it and it may have broken off. I think that is quite possible, judging by the hook on, or the little wall hanging thing on the back. It was probably a hook and it probably just came right off. But he is hand carved, which I like about him, and he's folk art. He's very neat. I'm not sure yet what I would ask for him. I didn't actually check the back to see if he was marked in any way. I'm not sure yet what I would ask for him. I don't know what folk art cats sell for. So he'll pop up in my Etsy shop, but I'm not sure yet what I'm gonna ask. So he's very cool, stubby cat. He'll end up there eventually. But moving right along. Now I grabbed these little bunnies because Easter is coming and I'm banking on Easter here. They're just little white ceramic bunnies. Paid $1 for the pairs, 50 cents each. If Easter wasn't in 2 weeks, I probably would ask $10 to $12 for them, but because Easter is coming, I'm probably gonna ask $15 to $18 for them. I think I can get a little bit more for them as Easter decor. So they do have little red eyes, which is a little creepy, but they're cute. Otherwise, maybe you could use a blue Sharpie and give them little blue eyes. Yeah, that's a great idea. I'm not gonna do it, but if you wanna buy them and do that, you are more than welcome to do that. This mug right here. I love buying coffee mugs. You guys see me buy a lot of coffee mugs. I love coffee, and I think it just expands to coffee mugs because when I see coffee mugs that I like, I buy them. This was no exception. I like the lines of this coffee mug. It's a little bit lighter. Normally when I'm buying pottery coffee mugs, I'm feeling the weight of them. And this is a light coffee mug, but I still liked the matte finish, and I liked the mug. It is marked Vance Kitira, made in Thailand. Somebody previous to me at the thrift store had tried to peel off the label to see what it said on the bottom. So they peeled off the label so much that the price was no longer visible, but I still was able to buy it. They probably charged me $1 for it because that's normally what they charge for their coffee mugs. Another one of these has sold on eBay for $16. I would more than likely charge $12 in my Etsy shop. I wouldn't charge $16 for this. It's just not, it's not top quality. I charge just, top. Yeah, I'm picky about my mugs, and I think that's a $12 mug and not a $16 mug. So I'm gonna charge $12 for that mug. I don't know why I skipped to the purse. I just did for some reason. Now this purse is so cool. Yeah, when I'm looking at purses, I'm not looking for designer purses. I'm not looking for Louis Vuitton. I'm not looking for Gucci. I'm not looking for top dollar brands. I'm looking for fun, for funky, for unique, for vintage. That is what I'm looking for when I'm looking at purses. So phone cord purse, tortoise purse, wicker purse. This is what I'm looking for when I'm looking at purses. So you guys will see me go through the purse section. I'm not looking for these high-end purses. I'm looking for things that are funky and fun. This is one of those. Now this is made by Sabina, which is a New York company, I do believe. It's got this drawstring closure on the inside. It is wicker, it is fun. Their purses sell anywhere from $5 at the low end to $80 at the high end on eBay. I feel like this guy would fall somewhere in the middle there between $45 and $50. So it's probably what I'm gonna ask for it. The wicker is in really good condition. The color is bright. No weird smells. You guys know I like to smell stuff because I'm weird like that. It's in really remarkable condition, and I paid $4 for it. So I'm feeling pretty good about the purse. I'm gonna stick that up front. Let's move on to this Stengel pottery sugar bowl. This is another one of those items where if I had my phone and I was doing my research, I probably would have left it behind. Some of the Stengel pottery can sell for really good money. I'm no expert on their pottery, and I saw the mark on the bottom and thought, some of their stuff can sell for good money. I think I'm gonna grab this. Now, a set with the creamer and sugar would sell for about $10 to $12. And I don't have the set, I only have the sugar. So I'm gonna be banking on the fact that somebody out there, somewhere, broke their sugar bowl. And all they have is the creamer, and they're desperate for their sugar bowl. So I'm probably going to ask $8 for this and hope that I can get it because I paid $3 for it. But it is really nice. It's got the this green and yellow floral design. So it is nice, and they do make quality pottery. So ceramics pottery. It is a nice piece. But I probably would have left it there if I looked at my phone and saw that the set sold for $10. Now Sue laughed about this because I'm like, oh, look at this vase that I found. And she's like, do you know what that is? And I'm like, it's a vase. She's like, it's not. Now, apparently, before my time, back when we would have guests over, you would say coffee, tea, cigarettes, and this would have been a cigarette carton, cigarette box at the, it would have held cigarettes, a box of cigarettes. You can tell I'm not a smoker. And when people would come over, it would sit on your table and they would help themselves to cigarettes. That's what this is. It is made in Japan, most definitely vintage. It's got this kind of Majolica appeal to it. That's what attracted me to it, and that is why I bought it. Not because it was a cigarette. And I'm like, you know, you could stick little like wildflowers. Juliet could fill this with flowers very easily, so I'm gonna get that. I really liked it. I paid $2 for it. There's a lot of them online, but they have like the individual cigarettes, like where you would take the cigarettes out and you would stick the individual cigarettes in. So this one, I don't know what that would sell for. I could not find one with the little rectangular, like for the whole cigarette pack. The pack! It's a pack of cigarettes. That's the word I was looking for. I couldn't find one that would fit the entire pack of cigarettes. So I'm confused on that, and I don't know what I would sell that for. But it'll pop up in my Etsy shop, so you guys can look for that. As far as the individual cigarette ceramic things, they sell at the high end for $30. So I don't know. But we're moving on. Now I bought this Ed Hardy enamel cup. I don't know why. I don't even know who Ed Hardy is, honestly. And it's got a doink out of it, but I thought like maybe he's somebody important and I should get this mug. I paid $1 for it, and I still don't know who he is. I probably should have looked it up for this video, because now everybody's gonna be like, you don't know who Ed Hardy is? And I'm gonna be like, does he make jeans? I think maybe he makes jeans. I feel like Ed Hardy is equivalent to jeans or something. Now I'm gonna get like even more wrath in the comments. They're gonna be like, no, he's a race car driver. And now it's even gonna be worse. Okay, I have no idea who Ed Hardy is, but I bought a cup with his name on it. And I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. I don't even know if I can sell it. I paid $1 for it. Oh God, I don't know why I did that. That was one of those poor buying decisions that I sometimes get myself into. Now these, I paid $1 a piece for. I always pick these up for $1 a piece. I sell them for $5 to $6 a piece. I love the colors. These are actually what I use at my own dining table. I love the colors. I love the bright colors. They're so cheerful. They bring so much color to my dining room table. And they are, oh, these ones are made in China. Yeah, these ones are made in China. They are usually made, I think they're made in the Philippines normally. These ones are made in China, but they're just, the bright colors are what attracts me to them. So I usually sell them for $5 to $6 a piece in my Etsy shop, and I don't ever pay more than $1 for them. Moving on, let's talk about canisters. You guys know I'm a sucker for nostalgia. It gets me every time. I get so caught up with nostalgia, and canisters are one of those things. As you can see, I buy a lot of canisters. I do pretty well with canisters though, I must say. I paid $3 for this canister and $4 for this canister. Probably too much. I will admit I did pay too much for them. But I liked them. It's just, it goes back to when I visited my grandparents and they had like cookies hidden in the can. It would be like the flour canister, and you'd open it up and there'd be cookies in there, you know, and it was like, Grandma, are you hiding the cookies in the flour canister again? You know, it was one of those deals. So I equate cookies to canisters, and I think that's why I buy them. So these canisters right here, there are some wooden dovetail canisters listed on eBay. They are not in this good of condition. They have joints and chips and the corners are missing, and they're not in as good of condition. Now I want to say that I could probably sell these for $10 to $15 a piece. I'm gonna have to go back and check on those prices. I may end up listing them for a little bit less. But spoiler alert, Sue and I were at the same exact thrift store where I got these yesterday. And they had the complete set. They had the tea and they had the coffee and they had like the sugar and the flour again. And I'm looking at them and I'm like, I could have swore that the last time we were here I bought the flour and sugar, but maybe I ended up not buying them. But then today for the haul video, I pulled everything out of the bin and I'm like, no, I definitely bought them because they're right here. So now I have more of these. So if you guys go crazy for them, there's more where this came from. Okay, let's move on. Now the goose, and the duck. If you guys remember, it was a while back. You would have had to have been with my channel for a while, but I bought a hen and a rooster. I bought those at the same Goodwill actually, and I ended up selling those for, I want to say $20 a piece, $18 or $20 a piece. I would expect to get the same out of these guys. I paid $1 for Mr. Goose, and I paid $2 for Mr. Duck. Mr. Duck's a little bit heavier. That might have been why he was $2 and Mr. Goose was only $1. So I would expect to get probably $18 to $20 a piece for these guys. They are cute. They don't have any stains on them, and they don't smell bad. I know I'm weird. Okay, let's move along. We're at 15 minutes. We're moving right along. This is fantastic. I'm talking really fast today. I gotta get Juliet from preschool. You guys know the drill. Okay, right here we've got some Fitz and Floyd. Now, you guys hear me talk about Fitz and Floyd a lot, and I think now when you see it, you get excited at the thrift stores. So let's talk a minute about Fitz and Floyd. Some Fitz and Floyd sells for good money. Some Fitz and Floyd doesn't. So don't be ashamed to pull out your phone when you're at the thrift shops and look it up right then and there, because you don't want to get stuck with it if it's the Fitz and Floyd that doesn't sell for very much. This particular piece is a somewhat rare piece. It is Crystal Winter. It is like a little centerpiece dish bowl. I saw this piece as I smack it with my ring. I know you guys hate that. I'm sorry. I should just take my ring off when I film videos. I saw this piece and I was like, oh my God, I just couldn't get it in my cart fast enough for $7. Now, if this was in perfect condition, we're getting to that, it would be worth $65 to $85. In not perfect condition, which it's not, because unfortunately on the back side, right here, there's a chip on the back of the leaf. From the front, you can't see it. That's how it was displayed on the shelf. It's completely invisible. You can't even see it because it's on the back of this leaf. So I threw it in my cart, didn't even notice it until we're at checkout, and I happened to turn it, and there it is. So because it's a rare piece, that's going to factor into the pricing. So I'm still going to be able to get money for it. I'm not going to be able to get $65 to $85. I would expect to get $35 to $45 for it. We're just going to cut it right in half. That's what I'm going to list it for, hoping to get some money. Now, I did notice there is a bit of crazing, which surprised me because the piece isn't that old. But there is a line of crazing on the top, which I thought was very strange. It's not a crack, it's just crazing in the glaze. So that's very strange, but that will be pictured in my Etsy listing. I always disclose any, issues with that. Now, if you want to buy it and display it like this on a shelf, that's great. But I'm warning you that if you put it on your table and one of your guests happens to see the chip, they're probably going to mention it. At my house, that would more than likely be my sister. She'd be like, Jocelyn, did you know? Yes, thank you, Annalise. I know. Thank you. Thank you for pointing that out. But yeah, so moving right along. Let's talk about my tidbit tray without knocking my lamp off the table. Now Sue had never heard this called a tidbit tray before. She had another word for it, and I think it was French, and I'm not even gonna try. I don't even remember what she said. I just come up with some weird made-up French-sounding word, which would be fun, but I haven't had enough coffee yet to do that, so I'll have to think about it. So this I believe to be Chromex. It is not marked. I'm almost positive it is though. And what I like about it is the lines. If I could just crouch down a little, the mid-century lines. It is filthy. It is absolutely filthy. I believe that if I was to clean it up, it would shine and it would be beautiful. But it is just a three-tiered, maybe it's not a tidbit tray. Maybe I'm like all out of sorts. Maybe it's just a little three-tiered dessert tray or something of the like. It is really nice. It's $4. I want to say they're worth like $25 to $40. Don't quote me on that. If it's listed for more in my Etsy shop, you can bet I did a little bit more research and found out it's worth a little bit more than I thought. Now, we're not talking about the lamp yet. That's for last. We're just gonna rearrange here a little bit without knocking anything off the table. Okay, now more canisters. Oh, are there cookies in there? Let's look. These canister sets. Now these are Sterilite. canisters. They are from the 1970s. They are plastic. A pair of these sold on eBay for, get this, 10 bucks. Oh my God. I paid $1 a piece for these. So I've got 4 of them, and because I have 4 of them and I have more than 2, I would expect to get probably 30 to 35 for them because I've got 4. Now I've got 2 of the large, 2 of the small. I would just group them all together, and yeah. Now there is a lot of schmutz on them that needs to be cleaned off. I don't know if I would use a Goo Gone. I'd probably try a magic eraser first. I'm not going to list them until they are squeaky clean. As with all this stuff, you guys know I do these haul videos. It's straight from the thrift store. It's like literally like still has thrift store dust on it. So I have not cleaned anything that is out here. I cleaned it all before I list it on my Etsy shop. And it's definitely clean before it reaches you guys. So let's talk about this lamp. I paid $7 for this lamp. Here's the thing about this lamp is this is the second time at this particular thrift store where the lamps have been hidden. I know that sounds crazy. I believe they are hiding the lamps from me. And here's why. The last time we were there, you remember the orange swirl lamps. Those were hidden on the bottom behind a bunch of crock pots, like stuffed back. They weren't with the rest of the lamps. They were like hidden, stuffed underneath behind a bunch of crock pots, and I just happened to be looking down and spot the orange and pull them out. Now this lamp was under the purses, behind this enormous box, under the purses. And as I was reaching for a purse, I glanced down and I saw the top of the shade. I'm like, what is that? As I'm looking over this box, and I reached down and pulled it out by the top. And sure enough, here's this beautiful, beautiful lamp. Now the fun thing about this lamp is it's kind of a hodgepodge lamp. It's probably from the 40s or 50s, and it is somebody made this lamp out of antique lamp parts. So the fact that it probably looks antique to you, but the reason that is because it was created using antique lamp parts, which is why I absolutely love it. And at this point, I'm not sure whether or not I will list it. Sorry, guys. I feel like I was taking part in this game of hide and seek of lamps, and this was my prize, and I'm not really ready to give up my prize yet. So keep an eye on my Etsy shop though, because I might one day be like, you know, I've got about 70 lamps in this room right now. No joke, there are 70 lamps in this room, and I could probably part with one of them, and this might be the one that I decide to part with. So I absolutely love this lamp. If I was to sell it, I would probably expect to get between $100 and $150 for it, just because it's one of a kind. It is handmade from antique lamp parts, very well made, I should add. It's got a marble base. It's phenomenal. I'm so in love with this lamp. Just the lines of it, the simplicity, plus the antique parts. Somebody put a lot of love and work into that, and it is absolutely one of a kind. Paid $7 for it. And for now, I'm going to be holding on to it. But I did want to share that lamp with you because that was something special. So I think we've covered pretty much everything we have out on the table. This is everything that we bought in our shopping video yesterday. And if you haven't caught that shopping video, I put a link to it down in the description, so you can go check that out. And Sue and I had a lot of fun yesterday. There was a lot of goofing off. We had a lot of fun. That's one of the reasons I enjoy this, is because I'm able to go with my best friend and we have so much fun. And you know, buying this stuff, selling this stuff, making a profit, that's all just a bonus, because Sue and I just have so much fun together. And even if we go out and we don't find anything at all to resell, we had fun at the end of the day. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will catch you next time. Later. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you've spotted something that you just can't live without, don't worry. I've put a link to our Etsy store down in the description.